Hello FTP users that have decided to watch my second installment of FTP Nat Chat. For those of you who watched last season's and is watching this again, or for those of you who are new, I'm not going to go through the rules and how the World Cup qualifications and that work. If you want to see that, check the link that I'm going to put below this one on the FTP forums, and you can check that out for yourselves before watching this video so you're up to date with how everything works. I'm going to get straight into it. I'm going to review each team quickly, and I'm going to give my verdict and a couple little stats. So the first team I'm looking at is Zimbabwe. Their manager is Clean Profit, who was re-elected at the last election, and he's also managed Zimbabwe twice before. So he's had a long-standing relationship with Zimbabwe. He's won the T20 Division 2 title in this tenure, and Zimbabwe also in some good form. The average wage in Zimbabwe is 20,300, and their average rating is 65,300 per player. And one thing that I look at when looking at teams is their average age, and Zimbabwe's average age is 28.6 years old, so that's not too bad. So I think Zimbabwe going into the tournament looking okay. Sorry, that was just my dog coming through. Next we have Pakistan. The manager there is I Am Mark, who I know quite well from the Pakistan Facebook page, and we've had a relationship at club level. He's a new manager at Pakistan, and he's never managed Nats before. He finished 5th in T20 Division 1. That's the best as he's done so far. His average wage per play is 20,600. His average player rating that he's got is 66,700. And the average age of his squad is 29.2. I hate to say, not a big fan of Pakistan chances at this World Cup, but he has pulled good results before, so who knows, they might just scrape through. Australia now. Hepper's their manager. He was assistant under GM Butley, who managed a World Cup win, so he knows what it takes to get all the way. They have won the National T20 Division 1 title. So if you're looking at the team to beat, that would be them. Average wage per player is 20,600. Average rating is 68,090. And the average age of their tour squad is 29.3, which is actually the oldest average wage. So if you look at the premiership clock, where midnight is the best time to win a premiership, or an FTP title in this case, Australia will be at about 1:15. And I would dare say that their one-day squad next year will be completely different to the squad that takes the field in this T20 World Cup. Kenya, their manager is Dave, who I've unofficially worked with while I was assistant at Kenya Under-19s. Excellent manager, good brains, knows what he's talking about. He's managed Kenya twice before, but this is his first tenure back. Hasn't done too well on these tours. The average wage of his player is just a tad under 20,000, which is a little low. And the average age is average rating per player, I should say, 60,800. And the average age of their tour squad is 28.8. With Kenya, I'm glad they got a really good manager, because I think they're going to struggle, and without Danger Dave, I'm not sure if they would even be there, to be honest, but they're there. Who knows? Now, India, their manager is Nits20, who I've had a long-standing rivalry with. I worked with him when he first played FTP, and we've had some good games against each other. He won the elections for India, the last election, and they came third in the T20 Division 1 tour, which is quite a good effort. Their average wage per player is 20,900, and their average rating is 68,200. And the average age of their tour squad is 28.8. My opinion on India, I don't think they've got the tools to go all the way, but they're definitely going to be a threat, and the top teams will want to watch out for them. They could be danger games. England, their manager is Dilbert 96. That was an internal promotion, while Wolfberries is an assistant. They won National T20 Division 2, which is fantastic, so congratulations to England for that. Their average wage is 20,200, and average rating is 67,100, and the average age of their squad is 28.3. I think England can do quite well. I don't think they'll go all the way, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw them in the semi-finals. Now we go on to the World Cup Group 2, South Africa. The manager is Egan. He won the election, but he's pretty much kept the same team of assistants. They got second in T20 Division 2 behind England, so a fair effort for them. Their average wage per player is 20,700. Average rating is 67,000 per player, and the average age of their tool squad is 29. I respect the South African senior management team. Just don't think they've got the players to get to the semi-finals, unfortunately. Now, Scotland, their manager is Al Flatuous, who, before I go on, I must give a big thank you to him for doing this video for two reasons. One, he asked me and pretty much heavily encouraged me to do this, so I wouldn't have done it without him. So if it's a great video, thank him. If it's a poor video, all his fault. And secondly, he done all the research for me, so thank you very much. It's truly appreciated. He's a new manager at the last elections, though he's been assistant for a while at Scotland. They finished 6th in T20 Division 2, so probably not the best form to go into the World Cup with. Their average wage is 19,500 per player, which is actually quite worrisome, and their average rating per player is 66,300, and the average age of their tool squad is 28.4. I can't see Scotland finishing above the top 4 in their group, I'm afraid. Though, Al Flatuous, I wish you very well, and again, I appreciate your work on this video, and this time Scotland did get mentioned. Inside joke there. Bangladesh, their manager is Smitty, who is one of the managers I respect most. He has been at Bangladesh for a while and won the last 3 elections. Unfortunately, they were last in T20 Division 1, but they did win the National One Day Division 1 title, so hopefully they can transfer some of that form across. Their average wage per player is 19,600, and their average rating is 65,600. And they've actually got the youngest tool squad on average, which is 27.8, the only team that's under 28. And for that reason, mainly, I can't see them doing anything spectacular at this World Cup, but look out for them in the next couple of World Cups. Bermuda have Abbey, who was re-elected at the last election, 4th in National T20 Division 1, managed to survive there, and also 4th in One Day Division 1. So they know how to survive, which is a skill that is undervalued in the World Cup. The average wage, they actually have the highest average wage per player, which is 22,300. The average rating per player is 68,100. And the average age of their tool squad is 28.7, which is probably about where you want to be. I think they'll do quite well, and I've got them in my final summary, so I'll talk a bit more about them at the end. Now, you've got the United Arab Emirates. Their manager is Dasberg. He was elected in the last election. He's had a long managerial stint of the United Arab Emirates before. They finished 2nd in National T20 Division 1. The average wage per player is 21,900, which is the second highest, just behind Bermuda, but about 1,000 average above everyone else. The average rating is just a tad under 67,000, and their average age is 29.1, so they really need a great showing in this World Cup to justify picking their experienced players. Now we're coming to Ireland, whose manager is McNook and probably has one of the best assistants in DK Sports, who's been involved with Ireland for a very, very long time. They finished third in T20 Division 2. The average wage of their players is 20,800 I should say. The average rating is 63,700 and their average age is 29.1. That's the summary of each team. Just a couple of notes. The United Arab Emirates have the biggest discrepancy between their youngest and oldest players. They actually have the oldest player in Dusty Charlie, who's 32. He'll be making what I would assume is his final tour, but who knows? We'll look out for him next season. The youngest player is shared with the UAE with Chidish Gambino and Yaya Toure from Zimbabwe, not the soccer superstar. He's an FTP player. They are both 24 years of age. My final prediction. I think the UAE are going to have the best record in the 5 days heading into the semi-finals. But I'm going to go on a big call here and say that it's going to be an all-British FTP final between Ireland and Scotland. And I'll go Ireland to win it. I'll go Ireland to beat Scotland in the final. And that is the end of my video. I hope you enjoy and let me know what you thought in the comments below.